Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2014 Insight Innovation Exchange brought to you by Green Book and Gen2 Advisors, proudly supported by Research Now. My name is Ben Smithy. I am CEO of Spike Market Analytics, and today I am joined by Mr. David Johnson, founder and CEO of Decooda. So Insight Innovation, big data, analytics, it's all the rage right now. Talk to us about how that fits into your work at Decooda and how you feel what you're doing is really pushing innovation in our industry.
Well, let's start by talking about client requirements today. With the amount of fragmentation from a solution landscape that exists in our marketplace, customers are constantly struggling to take a broader approach in terms of addressing big data requirements. So rather than looking at things in a fragmented basis, really take this this global view of what's happening and get a broader perspective on what's happening within the marketplace. And so what we've created is we've created a big data platform that allows clients to ingest any form of unstructured data, as well as any structured data. So we can bring in any form of social information, survey information, call center transcripts. It doesn't really matter. We can analyze all that, and when we analyze that information, we can analyze it for topics that are being discussed, the emotions, the cognitive state of an individual, as well as the attributes that are being discussed within that conversation. And what that gives us is very actionable information. And if I use an example, it would be in the telecommunications space, where somebody may be talking about their call service on their smartphone, and we may identify that that person is perhaps angry. The cognitive state could be a hater at the moment in time, and that could be driving that could be driving churn, and we could identify that that's specifically the result of perhaps dropped calls. And so our ability to get to that level of detail becomes really valuable. And those are all individual variables that we are able to detect in conversation. Well, those variables are really important from a brand marketing perspective, but from a modeling perspective for big data analytics, those also become variables that could be married with structured information. So now we have one location where unstructured and structured data can meet, where we can write advanced analytics to look at the broader view of what's happening. So we kind of look at it and say we deliver the whole story behind big data as opposed to one fragmented approach.
How does this fit into, and what value does this, Insight and Innovation Exchange bring to you and your team at Decooda then?
Well, Insight Innovation, brings together the leaders in the industry that are really thinking uniquely in the marketplace. They wouldn't be here if they didn't believe there was an opportunity for improvement within their own business. So they're searching for new ideas. These are the people that want to do better and want to do different things, and these are the perfect clients for us to be working with. From a peer perspective, we would also say that these are great relationships to have as well, because we find that other people in the industry have great ideas and we can learn from each other. And so there's a lot of collaboration from a peer level perspective, and then there's a lot of great client relationships that are developed as well.
What other areas do you feel in that collaboration that you've seen so far at the Insight Innovation Exchange in terms that you're bullish on? Other arenas, other things that either pair well with what you guys are doing, or other things that you feel are pushing the industry forward as well?
Well, I think that everybody is kind of focused on the same thing. It's like we're all in the same zip code, but we all live in like little different areas within that zip code. And I think that the more time we can work together, the more time we spend together, the more interdisciplinary we can be in our thinking, the better off we're going to be at solving some of the more difficult and complex problems. And we see this all the time inside the clients that we work with, very large Fortune 50 organizations that are bringing us together with other people or other systems within their own organization. So for us, it's really about bringing together the right skills and talents to solve some of those bigger problems. And I just think that this event really draws the right type of people to focus on collaborating to solve those types of challenges.
Excellent. In terms of the future, it's not just about platforms and technology, it's also about people. A lot of the universities and the academic organizations are focused on trying to develop and cultivate young research talent for the future. Outside of the hard skills, what about the soft skills? What kind of persona and personality traits do you think the future researcher needs to have?
That's a great question. And it's all about understanding the customer better, or understanding people better, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about B2B, it's not about B2C, it's about you to me, right? It's about our relationship. And those relationships exist in the B2B world and the B2C world, right? And I think that people are starting to wake up to that. But the thing is that when you look at the people that are doing the vast majority of analysis of big data, they're all engineers. And this really bothers me, because what you should be seeing is you should be seeing more types of skills and talents coming together. And when we're in a text analytics space, right? And it never seems to bother anybody that we've basically handed that over to a group of engineers. Think about it. We have the most intimate form of human communication being analyzed by engineers. Well, we looked at it differently and we said, really, the primary skill that we should be investing in is cognitive psychology. Then corpus linguistics, which is the way you actually talk within the language, and then artificial intelligence. And so it's that interdisciplinary data science approach to problem solving that's really unique and critical to long-term success for not only us, but anybody in our industry. And so we would say that the things that we're looking for is we're looking for curiosity, we're looking for creativity, and we're looking for people that are willing to collaborate with other professionals, with other backgrounds to solve the bigger problems that our clients are facing.
Excellent. Well, David, thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it here first at the 2014 Insight Innovation Exchange. You just heard from David Johnson, founder and CEO of Decooda. Please follow back with us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.